Well, hi everyone, it's Jilly Little Zen Crone. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. It's a twofer today. I'm doing Wednesday Tarot Wisdom, even though I know it's Thursday. I just kind of wasn't up to it yesterday. And I did a video right before this, getting honest about depression, which kind of explains a little bit about what happened. But I'm here to do Wednesday Tarot Wisdom today for the end of our week and into next. I just, last week's cards really spoke to me. They all do. They all, the cards don't lie, right? And as I was talking about in my last video, I have not picked my oracle card for the day yet. So we're going to do that. And we're going to do Wednesday Tarot Wisdom. So I am going to use today, I'm going back to basics this week. And I'm going to use this deck, the Radiant Wise Tarot, or in my tarot circles, we call this the Naked Pam, I believe, because it is a borderless deck from La Scarabeo, borderless Waite-Smith deck. So this deck, I have to say, shuffles like, I'm looking at the wrong place again, shuffles like an absolute dream. You can hear it shuffling. Oh, the cascade didn't go well, but the shuffling went real well. It just, the cardstock, it's just, I think mass market produced decks are really upping their game as far as cardstock goes. Now this deck is glossy, but the universal Waite-Smith, the plaid backs, I think that's the universal, I get mixed up, but anyway, the plaid backs. I got my first deck, and it was that one. I got to think of the year, 2019. It was, so 16 years ago. And I remember that it was really slippery. But with all of the shuffling and the constant, reading that I've done with them, and it was my only deck for 13 years. Well, yeah, almost 13 years. I only started collecting tarot decks maybe 4 years ago. It's worn that finish off, and they've become soft, and they just feel like a well-worn like leather wallet, or I don't know, it's a really comfy feeling. So I'm hoping that the same happens with these. But let's just get still here for a second and think about what's happening this week, and maybe a little bit about what we can expect for the weekend and early next week. So I'm going to cut it 3 times and pull the card off the top. So we'll do the first cut, and here's the card. Ooh, not telling yet. Not telling yet. I'm looking the wrong way again. Okay. I'll cut there. Ooh. 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 Oh, God. All right. One more. Right off the top. Wow. Okay. So, the first card I picked was the Knight of Swords. So we are charging into new territory. We are charging ahead with our sword raised. However, we may not really have done our due diligence. We may be racing into the unknown. We may be racing into something that we have not thought out completely. This is the Knight, so he is the adolescent of the tarot suit. And as we know, adolescents have a bunch of energy, but their frontal lobes are not developed, so they don't always think things through. So what this card is telling me is that if you're in this situation, if you're feeling like you want to jump ahead and just really move and go forward, what I would say is maybe make sure that you've done your due diligence. Make sure that you've thought about what it is that you are about to undertake. Make sure that you have communicated well to the people around you and that you've received clear communication about what it is that you're about to undertake. All right, and the second card is, again, lots of action. Now, the Wands, fire, passion. So we really are passionate about moving ahead. But this card speaks to me about a much more focused direction than this does. I mean, this guy, you know, do I have him right side up? Yay. He is, I mean, he's moving forward. He's charging ahead, but I don't know. To me, there's there is this energy of really kind of leaping before you're looking. And here we have much more focused energy. These swords are really directional. They are aimed. They are precisionally aimed. They know where they're going, which tells me that if you listen to what this card is telling you to do, you know, communicate, research, analyze, then you will move ahead. It will be quickly, and you, I think, will have a much more focused determination. There'll be a plan, you know. So whatever it is that you're passionate about, that you want to move ahead on, you're going to get there. But yeah, I think maybe a little bit more planning is involved. Okay, and then the last card, which is really just speaks volumes as well, is the King of Swords. So all about analyzing, all about research, all about planning and strategizing and communicating. And I almost wish that he had come out first, you know, because or, you know, maybe there will be this person in your life that helps you to do these things. You know, your energy is all about, yeah, I just want to go. I just want to do it. I just want to do it. And there is somebody in your life telling you, hey, sit back here, hold on, think about this. Let's make a plan. Let's talk to people. Let's let's do some research. And so I think this is a really important card to look at as you move forward. Slow and steady wins the race, right? All right, let's pull our oracle card. And I am going to use the Oracle of my heart these days, which is Sean Weston's, I'm sorry, Sean, A Whisper in the Ear, which I have done a walkthrough. I've spoken a lot about this deck and just how, I don't know, juicy and it is a kind deck and it is a gentle deck, but that doesn't mean that it's mushy. It doesn't mean that it's, you get direct messages from here, but it's just really very kind and compassionate and loving deck. All right, so let's pick an oracle card. And I always like to think about oracle cards as, what is Spirit trying to tell me here? So let's see what we've got. All right, here we go. Let me cut it. I'm doing it this way today because I'm sitting on a chair in front of a chair. Oh my God. Oh, okay. So the card is talking about recovery, which is what I have been talking about for the last 3 days in my last video. So it seems like maybe a lot of us, excuse me, got to readjust. A lot of us, many of us, are going through some stuff. And whether this is physical illness or a mental illness or an addiction or just being a chronic illness where we're just, wicked tired and worn out. Yeah, we need recovery. And recovery is like being wrapped in the arms of the mother. It's being wrapped in the arms of the mother and being affirmed and being loved and feeling that compassion. And on the other side of that, if you are a mother or if you are a child, as a mother, I am all about, loving my children through their issues, but also saying, okay, it's time to, let's make a plan here. Let's get on, let's come up with some action. Let's come up with some action items and let's, follow through on these items so that we can come through to the other side. So recovery is not all about that warm, squishy feeling, because that can also become really enabling, right? Recovery is also about getting a kick in the pants and moving forward. And moving forward with direction, putting one foot in front of the other, getting your routine in order. I talked about that in my last video as well. But recovery and also, oh my gosh, also being compassionate with ourselves and giving ourselves time to recover. Let's not rush through this process. It's called recovery for a reason. We're not racing through anything. It's a step-by-step process that is a holistic process. It's about physical recovery, mental recovery, spiritual recovery. So it's about all of that healing together. Okay, so this has been Wednesday Tarot Wisdom on Thursday. I hope that this reading has helped you, as it's definitely helped me. And I hope you'll come back next Wednesday and come back for more tarot wisdom. And until then, blessings to all of you. Have a wonderful weekend and be kind to each other. Love you much. Bye-bye.